Welcome back to the One Wrestling and another edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10. The Andrew J. Brady Music Theatre in Cincinnati hosted a packed edition of Dynamite with a special title, Maximum Carnage, with Moxley defending his title against Powerhouse Hobbs, Casino Gauntlet in the women's division, Kenny Omega making his long-awaited return, kicking things off. It was a big episode of the show, and Brian Cage had Omega on the ropes until he connected with a series of knee strikes. The final V-trigger on One-Winged Angel picked up the win. Don Callis, Lance Archer and Kyle Fletcher or Omega again after the result, and well elsewhere came to make the save. Takeshita arrived to stack the odds and take out both men. Omega's AEW return in a week 2 was a rousing success. He had a great match with Cage, which allowed the machine to dictate just diminishing the cleaner. The aftermath, including the return of Takeshita, sold the threat that the Don Callis family posed to Omega and Ospreay, who need more help in this fight. Before that, though, the expectation of Omega and Ospreay teaming up against Fletcher and Takeshita is really high. The cleaner's getting ready to start a massive 2025. Can't wait for it. 7 out of 10. Ricochet was then out and frustrated the crowd building his first house chants when he tried to speak. He said a picture is worth 1,000 words and threw up a picture of the Arsenal after his attack on Swerve. Prince now blasted the one and only with a steel chair, followed by Omega stalking Ricochet all the way out of the arena. This was an excellent follow-up to Ricochet's attack, delaying Swerve's true revenge while building excitement for when Ricochet and Swerve will be in the same ring together. Ricochet played out the fans' response a bit much, but he's clearly established himself as one of AEW's best pure heels, garnering real heat all on his own. On top of that, he and Swerve have some of the strongest heat among any rivals in AEW right now as well, which is great to see. We then got the Hurt Syndicate taking on the Private Party and Mark Briscoe. After MVP got Briscoe out of the way, Shelton Benjamin and Lashley threw around Private Party, ending with a spear on to Isaiah and super kick to Mark for the win. This, in terms of in-ring quality level, is so high that fine tag matches like this stand out poorly. While Lashley and Benjamin look great throwing around Private Party, most of this was too basic. In particular, the chemistry was off. Hopefully Private Party and the Hurt Syndicate will get more chances to find their synergy together before the World Tag Championship bout. While the reason Lashley and Benjamin received a tag title shot is now clear, most of these teams need to tell a great story. This should be the priority in the coming weeks. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was alright, but maybe the match quality could have been better, but the Hurt Syndicate looking real good. Before we got MJF interrupted by Jeff Jarrett. Cash Jamal last outlaw turned him down. He tried to angle Jarrett without success, but he found a worthy match on the mic and going low. The Salt of the Earth turned focused onto late Owen Hart. Jarrett finally started brawling with MJF until officials got involved. We're in 2025, going after someone by calling his wife, mother or girlfriend promiscuous is completely unnecessarily ineffective, and yet kind of felt like school-like jabs. Calling out Karen Jarrett's history with Kurt Angle has been done to death, but at least she's somewhat involved in the story, unlike MJF's mother and Alicia too, who aren't really active performers. The insults about the legacy of these men are much better anyway. Jarrett had a chance to call out MJF's history. Outside that, it just kind of went too long. In concept, it's a good idea, but I'm just not sure if it's really connecting at the moment. Before we got Christian Cage taking on Hook. Hook overcame the best shots of Christian Cage and knocked him in a rib run. Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne interrupted to cause a DQ. The Patriarchy tried to take out the Handsome Devil after the result, but Samoa Joe arrived to clear the ring with Shibata. After months of build, Christian vs Hook was a fine match, though it certainly showed the limitation of the Handsome Devil at this stage of his career. Even with all the build-up, it's odd for Christian, who's supposed to be the next world champion, to basically lose one-on-one to Hook. The Ascender was a segment saving the day, particularly the much-needed return of Samoa Joe. He and Shibata finally focused on this patriarchal story and should deliver much stronger results early in 2025, you hope. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Before moving on, we got the Women's Casino Gauntlet with Statlander, then Jamie Hayter, then Megan Bain making her shock debut, but you have to see that battle time. She appeared on AEW TV. Julia Hart, Willow Nightingale, Toni Storm and Harley Cameron. Cameron tried to exploit her vulnerable competition, but Hart missed her. Storm slipped in with a small package to pin Hart and earn a championship shot at Grand Slam. Obviously expected result. Storm's the biggest star, and Jack, she can main event the show with Mariah May being an Aussie. They will have a tough one to kind of match quality at all in, but the sequel will be a much different dynamic. Obviously Storm's new character, but the Casino Gauntlet remains a good concept, and yeah, it could have gone longer and utilised more, but I think lots of great stuff in this match, including the arrival of Megan Bain, and hopefully she'll be used regularly going forward. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Before we got Moxley against Hobbs in the main event. Hobbs was too much for Mox throughout this match, but the Death Riders made the save time and time again. Finally a barrel down shift and the Bulldog choke sealed it for Moxley. Afterwards the Death Rider targeted and stomped and surgically repaired knee ability of Hobbs using a steel chair. Rated FTR was late to make the save. While the result was never in doubt, Hobbs brought the fight to Moxley throughout this contest. The amount of help the champ needed to survive Hobbs, so with the big man as a threat. Sometimes that is all he needs to deliver, but the Death Riders have clearly set up Hobbs as a long-term rival with the group with a post-match attack. This removes the big man from the Don Callis family story for good, while establishing a fresh, popular face to fight against the Death Riders. Hopefully this is part of the world getting the world title and we're back on track. Singles matches of this quality will help all the time. So yeah, hopefully more defences like this. And overall, AEW Dynamite gets 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, it was a pretty solid episode of Dynamite this week for the maximum carnage. Lots of big moments on there. Including debut of Milligan Bain, return of Samoa Joe, really decent main event. So yeah, on the whole, I thought it was really quite decent. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 from me. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.